So basically it's a genetic lung disease. It's kind of like asthma. Realistically, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know I would have it. It affects your whole respiratory system and then your endocrine system and your digestive system, all that stuff. So the main problem is lung infections and then subsequently lung scarring. So when I go to the doctor, I go to Keck, the USC Keck, which is really convenient. I've been super lucky. My parents have always been really aggressive with my treatment, and I guess not necessarily my breathing treatment, but just like treating it in general. So as much medicine as I can, being as healthy as I can, doing as many treatments, blah, blah, blah. So my lung function has been really good, and I guess overall, but since I've been to college, it's been not as good, I guess. I don't know, it's interesting moving away from home and not only being independent as just a person, but having to manage my entire health by myself. So it's 2 breathing treatments at least every day, managing my own prescriptions, making my own doctor's appointments, deciding when I'm sick enough to need to call the doctor to go in, and then finding what time I can go to class, or what time I can go to the doctor without missing class, or when I have to miss class. Or it's hard because a lot of the time, I'm not sick enough. I mean, I'm sick, but I'm not sick enough to say, oh, I have to go to the doctor, but then I'm sick enough to not be able to go to class. So I don't know, I do my breathing treatment, it's right there. So I do it I have to do it in my bed, because I don't really have anywhere else to do it. But I think next year it'll be a lot easier to just have a living space, because that's what I did at home. I obviously wouldn't keep all my stuff in my bedroom. I would just have it in the living room or the family room. So then I would come downstairs, get all my stuff and do it, as opposed to being confined to my bed, having to do it all. So I think it'll be a lot easier to just keep track of everything, and having a bigger space to keep all my stuff. And it'll be a lot more like home, which I think will make it a lot easier for me to manage, hopefully. I think in the beginning of the year, I was more concerned with going out and doing everything, and going to all the tailgates and all that kind of stuff. And then it was actually the Stanford game. I was really, really sick, and I couldn't go. And I was that was my first this kind of sucks. I'm not as normal as I try to be all the time. So as much as I can try to do everything, go to school, go out, whatever, it's not always realistic. It was kind of a wake-up call that if I managed it better and I did all my treatments and I maybe went out still, but not as much, then I'd be able to be healthy and be able to do all the stuff I wanted. So I guess, yeah, that was kind of my wake-up call for this year.